Tornado is the oldest operating roller coaster at Adventureland in Iowa. This is an out-and-back wood coaster that was recently designated as an ACE Coaster Landmark. But does it still deliver a satisfying ride experience? Find out in this review. This ride was designed by William Cobb, who was one of the most prominent wood coaster designers in the 1970s and 1980s. This would be the park's first custom coaster, as their prior two coasters were off-the-shelf clones. Tornado opened in 1978. The name is a bit odd for an out-and-back layout. Usually, it's more associated with Twister layouts, but the name makes sense given Adventureland's history. This park's grand opening in 1974 was delayed for a few months due to an actual tornado. This coaster's large hills can be seen from several vantage points. The layout starts by running alongside 34th Avenue, then it curves 90 degrees, running alongside the park's pond and water park. Like many classic wood coasters, this ride sports a white paint scheme, and it looks good. This coaster's entrance is wedged in between a few midway games. While there is a big sign bearing its name, I have seen several guests walk past this not realizing it's how you access the coaster, because it is tucked quite a ways back from the midway. I have visited this park a few times, including summer Saturdays, and Tornado has always been a walk-on for me. This may be a contributing factor why it's not even offered in the park's Speed Pass skip-the-line system. It does not seem necessary. I could potentially see the queue backing up a bit on extremely busy days though. While the park has two trains and used to run both simultaneously, they will now only use one at a time. The train seats 24 riders per cycle at least, as there are 4 cars, each with 3 rows of 2. And it can have reasonably fast dispatches due to the simplistic restraints. The only thing that seems to delay a dispatch is if the operator intentionally waits an extra minute or two for more riders. I do wonder if this rides a minimum rider requirement, given how slowly it traverses a few of the hills. Enough people are admitted into the station to fill the next train, so seating is on a first-come basis. This is a similar policy to the park's other coasters, but as with those rides, you can ask to wait an extra cycle if your desired seat has already been chosen. As for where to sit, you either want to be in the front or back car. I think the back car offers the better experience on the outward leg, but the front car is superior on the return leg. 2 seats to avoid though. 1. Avoid the middle 2 cars, unless you want a far milder experience. Because of how slowly you navigate the hills in this ride, you will not get much airtime there. 2. I would avoid the very back row entirely. This coaster has some bumpy valleys. They are tolerable in most rows, but it is way rougher in that back wheel seat. Once seated, riders are secured by a seatbelt and buzz bar. The latter are single-position lap bars that will rest several inches above the laps of most riders. This affords plenty of room for airtime. This coaster does not have a tremendous amount of it, but it does maximize the few moments it has. This coaster is known for having an extremely enthusiastic ride operator. It is an older gentleman, and whenever the train dispatches, he screams Tornado through the microphone over and over again. It gets guests amped up for their ride.
Welcome to the Tornado! The Tornado! Come on! Everybody!
This is so loud that it not only can be heard from within the station and queue line, but it can quite literally be heard all the way down the midway. Just take a listen. The coaster begins with a slow turn out of the station, bringing you alongside the road. Then you ascend your 93-foot or 28-meter tall lift hill. This makes it the tallest wood coaster in the state of Iowa by a considerable margin. Once at the top, you have a straight first drop. If you're in the back car, you get decent floater here. And remember, you have just buzz bars, so you're perfectly levitating. The valley then delivers a jolt that is most noticeable in the very back row. You then navigate this large curved hill. This is the reason I think this coaster may have a minimum rider requirement. The train barely makes it over, so needless to say, there is not a lick of airtime here. This leads to another camelback. No negative Gs in the front few cars, but those in back will get a little floater on the drop. The following pullout is the worst of the ride. It is awkwardly banked 45 degrees inwards, so the train really shuffles through it. Brace yourself for this one. On the bright side, it is paired with some nice head choppers at least. This leads to another sizable hill, but the train actually takes this one with enough speed that it offers some lift for everyone. I wish the train took the ride's other elements at this rate. Next is the far turnaround. In front, the entry offers some weak floater, and then they are slammed sideways. It is a good burst of laterals. You don't really get that further back in the train, because you're traveling too slowly by this point. The turn itself is mild, and then you drop downwards. No airtime, unfortunately. This kicks off the return run, which hugs the inside of the outward leg. There are 3 consecutive bunny hills. The first has a particularly pronounced rightward twist to it. It offers some lateral airtime at the start of the drop. The pullout is another awkward one though. It is also banked 45 degrees sideways, so the train once again shuffles profusely. The final hills do not offer any airtime further back in the train, but everyone will get some mild laterals from the continued rightward banking. Those in front will get some negative Gs though. The second bunny hill offers a weak pop in front. Then the final bunny hill offers some okay floater. You then jump into the brakes, which offer some faint lift for the front car. You then decelerate and return to the station, ending the experience. Now I have seen some discrepancies on the coaster's exact length. Most sites list as 2,850 feet or 870 meters, but the park's official website cites it as 3,200 feet or 975 meters. Either way, it has a solid overall length, especially for a simple out-and-back layout. Where this coaster falters most is in the pacing department. As I already alluded to, the train crawls through the outward leg. It feels like you'll valley over the second hill, and there are a few other spots where the train is going a bit too slowly for my tastes. I really wish those hills could have been shortened 10 or so feet. This would have improved the pacing for sure, and likely the forces. So, what would I rate Tornado? I would give this coaster a 5 out of 10. This is an okay wood coaster. It has a few fun moments. Because of how the layout is shaped, there are some laterals, and then there are a few spots of airtime. Nothing too crazy, but what this ride has is enhanced by the buzz bars. This ride's rating would surely drop if it ever got more restrictive restraints. My biggest gripe with it is the poor pacing, but this is at least a tolerable experience in most rows. Maybe just avoid those wheel seats. While I think Outlaw is a superior wood coaster at this theme park, Tornado is still something I'll ride a few times each visit, especially since it never seems to have a wait for me. Just go in expecting the forces of a family coaster versus a top-tier airtime machine. So those are my thoughts on Tornado at Adventureland. What are your thoughts on this wood coaster? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.